Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Goal Intentions. Today, we are going to explore one of my longtime friends' journey as he navigated life in New York City. And I find it to be a treat because I've known him for a very, very long time, just like many of the other people who have come through this broadcast and shared their wisdom and talked about how they've managed to glow up, if you will. It's just wonderful to really reconnect with people who you shared spaces with. And even if time lapse in between, there's still an opportunity to reconnect and pick up where you left off. And I'm truly appreciating how this platform is turning out, where people and their everyday busy schedules manage to find time to hop on and really talk about the things that are relevant in the world, but also share that you too have company. We go through all sorts of things, whether it's technology, whether it's life, whether it's other people, you know all the things that when we think we're alone on an island, it's not always the case. And there's always some gem, some word of wisdom that comes through that I truly, truly appreciate. And not to mention, if we're thinking about the future, we have to really dig back at our past a little bit, just so that we show where there's alignment, show where we can correlate how things were and how it will be, and see if we can figure out, balance in making improvements, so that the future is better off. It's interesting that years ago, my grandmother, and older folks would say, I don't know, man. The future, I don't know if we'll be able to survive with the future that we have. And now here we are, myself and everyone in my age category, we're kind of wondering the same thing, while instilling old and refining those values so that we can make sure that our future are well off. Last week, I spoke with Natalie Lamming, and it was just refreshing to hear her perspective on how she started off in the restaurant business, but also how she managed to grow over time. And when you have a clear vision, it's really up to you to remain steadfast and move forward in all that you want to achieve. She started out by just giving all her friends 10 tickets or so. And by doing that, they were able to network and invite more and more people to where her events now are booming. I mean, thousands and thousands of people actually attend, and it's always a good time. So, it was really a nice time with her last week. But the most poignant thing that was discussed is the fact that, she has this soft spot for individuals who are undocumented. And there are a lot of people in the restaurant industry who don't have, the necessary documents to work, but it is the gig to do. And it it it's sometimes disheartening, when customers don't treat people in the right way, not knowing exactly what it is that they have to go through on a daily basis to make ends meet. And I truly appreciated Natalie shedding light on the fact that, throughout the city, there are still people walking around without documents and living in fear oftentimes, day by day, because particularly under the last administration, you know being in fear because they didn't know what will happen next, what will happen with regards to their status. If they were to pursue a dream, is it merely impossible because of something that's dangling over their head? And then the comments that come with it, it's rather ridiculous. uh, you know I just look forward to change, particularly with the new administration. I see that there is promise, there is hope. And, I'm hopeful that, all things that we found inequitable will manage to form. It'll take shape and really help us to move in a direction that would allow for everyone who aspired, who dreamed of being in this land of the opportunity, giving them that shot so that they can become great too. I'm looking at, businesses throughout Brooklyn booming and throughout the city. And it's just wonderful to see that the pandemic has opened up individuals' perspective about what else can be done in order to bring in revenue. And also, the creative side of it allows for people to just navigate systems that almost was impossible before the pandemic because of time constraints and all the things that had to be done to manage life. So, as I ramble on and share with you all these wonderful talks that we've had, I'm waiting for Anthony to join the live. He is experiencing some technical challenges, but essentially, I just wanted to reflect a little bit on the discussion from last week, but also thinking moving forward. What can this landscape look like for people? I received quite a few inbox messages about where we are, where we're going, how people are feeling. A lot of the stories are resonating with people. It's one that, my goodness, I'm just proud to see, that people are opening up, and that the possibilities are there. Um, so here we are today. Let me see. Anthony is trying to connect. Let's see if we can try him on here. Anthony, I know. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry that that is what's happening for you. Um, but let's see how else we can get creative with getting you on here, because you have such a wonderful story to tell. And I'm excited to share it with everyone who is here for Goal Intentions. This is super. In the meantime, how is everyone doing? Oh my goodness. Please share in the chat. Share in the chat how you're doing, how things are going. How's life? And moving forward, what else would you like to see on Goal Intentions? Share the live in the meantime. We're waiting for Anthony. Share the live. Share the live. Let's see. Aww. Darn it. Yeah, that wouldn't work. Uh, let's see. I might have to reconnect this broadcast because I really want you guys to hear Anthony's story. So I will be back. Please come back. Good morning, Darnies. I know you're looking forward to another episode of Vulnerability and Inspiration. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for being patient. What I will have to do in order to get Anthony on here, because it seems as if it could be a default, something going on. So allow me to be right back. I will log off this live and I'll be back, going back the old fashioned way with Zoom so that we can see if we can rectify this whole situation. So see you guys in a few moments.